On My First Daughter by Ben Jonson, 1572 to 1637. Here lies to each her parents' ruth, Mary, the daughter of their youth. Yet all heaven's gifts being heaven's due, it makes the father less to rue. At 6 months' end she parted hence, with safety of her innocence, whose soul heaven's queen, whose name she bears, in comfort of her mother's tears, hath placed among her virgin train. Where while that severed doth remain, this grave partakes the fleshly birth, which covers lightly gentle earth. Okay, this poem is by Benjamin Jonson. He's a poet from the Jacobean era, from the reign of King James I. He was very well educated. He was a poet. He went to Westminster School. He's part of the English Renaissance. So what's this poem about? Well, this poem is about the death of his daughter. Yeah. This poem is an elegy. It's a poem written in lament of the death of his daughter. This poem is about death and loss and religion and the loss of his daughter. So, on my first daughter, but she died. Here lies to each her parents' ruth, Mary, the daughter of their youth. So this reads like a tombstone. Yeah, and it says, here lies, here is the body of Mary. To each her parents' ruth. Ruth here means sadness, upset, deep sadness. And also this tells us that Mary, the daughter of their youth. So Ben Jonson, and his wife were both young at the time that this daughter was born. Yet all heaven's gifts being heaven's due, it makes the father less to rue. So here he's saying that if it hadn't been for heaven, everything that one has in life comes from heaven, and therefore it belongs to heaven. So without God and heaven, he would have never had a daughter, and therefore it should make him less upset. It should make him rue, to feel less sad, because he knows that he was only blessed with this child from heaven, and at some point everything that is born must die and go back to heaven. At 6 months' end she parted hence, with safety of her innocence. So the child was only 6 months old, and she left this world with her innocence because she hadn't sinned. She hadn't been old enough to commit sin. Yeah, but it also makes a reference to the fact that the baby had been baptized, and therefore the baby would be received by God, whose soul heaven's queen, whose name she bears, in comfort of her mother's tears, hath placed among her virgin train. Okay, so whose soul heaven's queen. So the queen of heaven is Mary, the mother of God, and the child has the same name, Mary, as the mother of Jesus. So his daughter has had the same name as the Queen of Heaven, Mary. And this should comfort the sadness of Benjamin Jonson's wife, his mother, because she has been the baby has been placed with all of the children that Holy Mary, Mother of God, looks after in heaven. Yeah, and she will be placed among the train, the people that follow the Blessed Virgin Mary, and this should be a comfort to her mother. And then finally he goes back to the grave, where while that seven doth remain, this grave partakes the fleshly birth. So the human remains of the baby, which have been cut away from the soul, now remain, and they are in the grave, which is lightly covered by the gentle earth. It's been gently covered by the earth. So this is a sad, sad poem in honor of the death of his daughter. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. On My First Daughter by Ben Jonson.